I'm Mike.
And I'm Adam.
And this is Stuff and Waffle. Two friends talking about stuff, and often as not, waffling with frequent reference to Bond cars.
Are you aware of the song called Party Rock by LMFAO?
It sounds familiar, but I can't put the tune in my head.
No, you will. You'll know it immediately because the line that everyone remembers isn't actually the name of the song. I bring it up because I was told under no certain circumstances that I mustn't upload a video with that song playing over the top of it because it's the song that contains the repetitive line of "Every day I'm shuffling."
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
So they'll probably get the synopsis far and go, "Oh yes, that song."
That does sound familiar. Yes.
Yes. They were at it again outside with the cars, and I started filming. I was like, "I'm putting that immediately on Instagram with that song playing over," and that was. I was told no.
No. Oh no. Oh, back and forth with the cars.
Honestly, today's was really, it stepped it up just a little bit.
Oh.
One of the vehicles was brought out to block the road.
Oh, we really are going to a whole other level here.
That was it, to block the road. That really ensures that no other arriving vehicles will acquire the space while other vehicles are being moved into it. I'm like, this is getting really silly now.
And illegal, in fact.
Like, really silly.
Yeah.
Why is this? I don't know.
Let's see what they do if an ambulance came down the road.
Hold on, I'm saving my space.
Yeah, exactly. He's gonna die.
It's weird, isn't it?
Oh dear.
And with it comes another dilemma. I say dilemma. Bugbear, irritation. Why do people do it?
All of the above. All
of the above. It grown men wearing shorts in winter.
Yeah, that is a thing. That is a thing.
Why is that a thing?
I do have quite a close friend who does that.
Have you quizzed him on it?
Yes, many times.
And is there a genuine reason that we can work with, or is it just nonsense and just go, you're a grown man, only schoolboys of a very young age can get away with shorts in this weather, you strange man? He
spent many years working in a very hot environment, and I think he just got used to wearing shorts all the time. There was one year, I forget which year, maybe 2008, 2009, not sure. There was one year I remember it got cold enough for him to wear trousers, but only for a couple of weeks in the winter.
I just can't tolerate it.
It is a look. He also wears them with shorts with clogs. That's a
wow.
Yeah, there you go. That's a look, isn't it?
You've got yourself a style guru there.
Yeah, we've always thought so.
I've got nothing because part of me thinks it's some weird sort of bravado going, oh, look at me, I'm hard. It's like, no,
not in this case. It isn't that at all. No, it's just because he's more comfortable with shorts on.
I mean, I only wear shorts in an emergency, really.
I never wear shorts.
I will accept the fact that sometimes it's hot and shorts are acceptable, but this, I mean, it's cold today. I am currently sat here with a t-shirt, a jumper, what have I got in between? Oh, I got a gilet and then a fleece. I don't know. And apparently that's another thing that I apparently shouldn't be yelling out of the door. Why are you wearing that, you knobhead?
Should you not? I think that's acceptable.
put some trousers on. You are a grown man.
Yes, there is that. Yes, I'm not a fan of the short.
No, I wear them purely as a functional garment.
In very hot weather.
Yeah. When it's
Yes.
warm, put shorts
Yes.
on. At
Yeah.
all other times, cover it up.
Yes.
At all other times.
All other times. Yes.
Yeah. I mean, I don't want to open the blinds in the kitchen and see him doing his super shuffle wearing shorts.
No.
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 No, you don't need that. No.
So,
No.
yeah, there we go.
Shorts, of course, can be a problem in a vehicle with leather seats.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. You can sit down and get up again really quickly.
Yeah, really quickly. Yeah.
Even if the vehicle is in motion.
Oh, yeah, it may be necessary. Yes.
Yes, if you've set off really quickly, you're going to stop really quickly as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah,
that's a genuine issue. That's a safety concern.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All the more reason to cover up.
I think so, yes.
Yeah.
Or buy a car with a fabric interior.
Yeah, that too. Or if you're feeling really flush, I've never experienced one, but a car with cooled seats as well.
Oh, yes. Now, yes, I've never had a car with cooled seats, but
I've never even been in a car with them.
No.
I don't know what sort of sensation that would be. It'd be really odd, I'd imagine. I mean, probably quite refreshing when it's baking hot, but
no, the Tesla didn't have that, and the XF didn't have that. Although it was an option on both those cars, but mine didn't have it. But yes, that's that. I don't know. I've heard it's very nice.
Yeah, I'd imagine so.
Yeah.
I'd be willing to try it if someone's got cooled seats. I'll come around and have a little sit in it for you.
Yeah, there you go. You'll soil a seat for them. Yeah.
No, I didn't say I'm going to crap in it. Just going to have a little sit down.
Can you? You know what you like.
Well, are you suggesting if there's a cold gust up there, it might spur things on?
You don't know what it'll do. You've got a delicate system operating there, as you well know, and sometimes I feel you're not careful enough with it.
I did overdo it the other day. I overspiced my food. And
oh God, no! You see,
wow,
you know that's risky.
I thought it was fine, and then I said to Kaylee, I said, I think I've overdone it, and she went, oh God.
Oh, another night sleeping in the shed.
It was awful.
Well, yeah, I imagine so. You've got a unique system there.
I overdid it, and I did cook some Mexican food, and it did contain something called pain sauce.
Oh dear. No. Which
was, it's basically just ground up habanero peppers.
Yeah, that'll do it.
So, that did. Yeah. I overdid it. A splash too much, I'd say.
It's a delicate balance. Yeah. And did the system fail at a moment?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Plans were put on hold for a little while there.
Yeah, I imagine so. Yeah, issues had to be dealt with.
There was. I was even meant to go and operate a vehicle, but that was a hard no.
Thus, rendering it worthless.
I didn't do anything in said vehicle. I realised immediately how big a mistake I'd made, and had to make arrangements to say, yes, I'll be with you later in the day. Things have escalated at this end.
Well, it's good that you recognise the signs. Difficult not to, I imagine.
How did we get there from some of the idiot across the road moving his cars?
Shorts on leather seats.
Oh, that was it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Right. I tell you what, then, really tenuous link on from that.
Yeah.
We were talking about cooled seats off the back of talking about heated seats.
Yes.
Heated seats. Now, this is the thing. This came about because, as you're aware, but the listener is not, I was involved in a collection caper.
You were. Yes.
Yesterday, in fact. So
it was
fresh.
only yesterday. Yes, you're quite right. Yes.
Friend of the show and serial car purchaser, Phil has made another purchase.
He has,
which is fine.
But we always enjoy Phil making a purchase.
We do, and it's always an event.
Yes,
it's never boring. So
you should be grateful. He was looking at one a lot further away.
Yes, he told me about that, and I was like, "Yeah, yes. I'm not going that far." So okay,
no.
An hour down the road, I can cope with.
Yeah, this one was right up north somewhere. Yes.
Yeah, no, that's too much for me.
That was a day out.
Yeah, I mean, I do like a day out, but a bit more notice would have been required.
Yeah, you can't really phone up and say we need to go to Bolton or wherever it was tomorrow.
No, so no, off we go. Yeah, it was about an hour away there, give or take, and we were off to collect his new Volvo.
Yes, he has joined the ranks of the Volvo estate owner. Yes,
but he's not gone full size.
No,
he's right in the middle there. He's got himself a V50.
Yeah, it's very nice.
So he'd sent me the ad, and I'd had a quick look. I went, yeah, I'll come with you and get it. Not an issue.
Yeah, I had a look at the ad as well. Yeah, before he bought it. Yeah.
Yeah. So off we went into deepest, darkest back of beyond Devon.
Yes.
I think we were still in Devon. I wasn't really paying attention.
It is, if the location on the advert was correct. Yes.
Okay, good. That's all right then. To go and meet a farmer boy in the middle of a rather rural village, more rural than you'd expect.
Okay.
Yeah. And I had to drive the vehicle back. Which was fine because I was because we went down in his van.
Okay. I assumed you'd gone down in your car, right?
No, we went down in his van, but obviously I could have driven either back, but I was a proper named driver on the Volvo.
Right. Yeah, as am I, actually.
No, there you go. So he'll be having a bash soon. So we set up. We did the pleasantries and had an hour with a bloke, and he's like, Phil said to him that I was driving it back, and he's like, "Oh, it's all right. I've got the heating on and the heated seat ready for you." Oh, good. What he actually meant was, I have put the heated seat on maximum, left the car running. I have also left the heating on. I have turned the dial so far into the red, it doesn't even register in terms of degrees anymore. It just says high.
Oh, yeah, superb. So what he was aiming for then is for you to be dead by the end of the lane.
Yeah, so I got in and went, oh, it's very, very warm in here.
Can't breathe.
Yes. So yes, on the topic of heated seats, it was like getting into a furnace. So that needed to be dialed back sharpish.
Okay.
We put it back down to a nice balmy 18 and no heated seats.
That's more like it.
Yes. Can't be doing with that. Then we set off.
Okay.
Yes. Where we were was very tight lanes, crap visibility, not going very fast. So we just drove out gingerly, and when we say drove out gingerly, it was probably a good 10 minutes before we get to anything you'd call an actual road.
Right, yes.
And upon reaching the open road, the accelerator was pressed, not excessively, I might add. I just thought, we got an open road. We can coax more than about 25, 30 miles an hour out of it.
There you go.
And that doesn't seem at all right.
Oh. Yes.
Yeah, again, that seems awfully gutless.
It's not is it the Drive E version of the V50? Because they are gutless.
No, it's not.
No, I didn't think it was. Because that's a 1.6, I think, isn't it?
Yeah, this one slightly predates it because it's a 2-litre diesel.
Yeah, I thought it was. Yeah.
And that's a bit odd. And then we carried on a bit, and it's like, this is really just not
right.
Really will not rev.
Yeah.
So I was following Phil, so
Okay.
when we were going, I recognised the junction that we were coming to, and I knew that just beyond it there was a little service area.
Mm-hmm.
So I flashed the lights to sort of say, "Don't turn off." Although
Yeah.
he had, but he realised and aborted, and I
Okay.
just pulled in, and yeah. So he said, "Oh, you're right." As we stopped, I went, "It's not entirely correct at the moment."
No, this isn't right.
Yes, he went, "Oh, bloody hell!"
Yes.
So I said, "Well, you take it for a quick spin." So we parked both up, and
Yeah.
he jumped in and went, "Yep, that's not working."
That's not right. Yes.
No, yeah, because it'd go to just about 3,000 if you're lucky,
So was it effectively in limp mode?
but no errors, nothing,
Oh, okay, nothing on screen. Right.
nothing on screen. We even plugged the code reader in, absolutely nothing.
Strange.
So no, that was it. We did a bit of googling, and a few people had said, "Yeah, don't worry too much about it." A lot of Google results pointed to maybe filters, maybe a bit of I can't remember the name of it, the grotty diesel bit that gets clogged up.
Oh, yeah.
Is it ERG, or have I got my
Yeah, I
letters
think.
wrong? Yeah,
Yeah, I think
I
it
can
is.
never
Yeah.
remember.
Yeah.
So none of it seemed utterly catastrophic. It was still a
Okay.
functioning car, and so
Yes,
that
and
was
it would drive. So yeah.
Yeah, so we're like, all right, well, sod it, let's just plow on.
Let's just go. Yeah.
So yeah, set off gingerly and just trundled along. I'm thinking, well, even though I set off gingerly, this already seems a lot better.
Ah, okay.
So wait, I let Phil get slightly more ahead, and then gave it some beans.
Put your foot down. Yeah.
Oh, it seems fine now, all mended.
Because the V50 of that era would have been based on the Mark II Focus, and that had problems like that. The Mark II Focus that we had used to do that. It used to just lose all power. But if you stopped and turned it off for a couple of minutes and then started it again, it was absolutely fine. And it would run for hours with no problems.
Yeah, and it was...
So whether that's related because the two cars are on the same platform or something, I don't know.
It could well be. I mean, the guy who bought it off said, "Look, it has been sat for a while," and the fact. I just put it down to the fact that it might be a fueling thing. It was really weird.
Well, especially if it's been left sitting for a while.
But after that, fine. I mean, I said to him, "Yeah, there's a couple of little niggly bits that you'd probably do." I'd say, maybe some tires, bit of tracking, maybe have a look at the brakes. But I think as the journey went on, they improved. I think it was again just an issue from it being sat for a while,
just because it's not been used for ages. Yeah, fair enough.
But yeah,
it did look tidy in the pictures. It looked really tidy. I know Phil was saying he thinks it's possibly a bit too posh for him with leather seats and everything. He's never had anything like that before.
No, it's great. It was really nice. Give it a quick fire over with the pressure washer and a Hoover, and jobs are good. And it'd
be good.
It's got a little bit of essence of farm about it, but Phil now works on a farm.
So I was going to say that's not going to change, is it?
No. So, but no,
dummy in the door pockets again.
No, after an initial actually, I think he's done all right there.
It certainly looked all right. Yeah, certainly looked all right. I'm going to have a drive of it. Well, I'm not sure when, but soon. So, because I have looked at V50s, I'd be quite tempted by one myself.
Yeah, I'd be interested to get your take on it because it's it was a good vehicle. I think
it'd be interesting to compare it to the V70 because I imagine it's very different.
I don't think I've ever even been in a V50. That was new territory.
I remember you saying once that you would have had a V50 when you were buying, but of course you needed the extra space that the 70 offers.
Yes, and I remember actually when it was company car time back in those days.
Yeah.
What I was allowed to spend, I was going to have one new, but then the company I was working for at the time, they had managed to do they didn't manage to do a financial boo-boo. A sister company of theirs did, and the only company cars I was ever allowed were hand-me-downs after that.
Oh, you said that, yeah. You never got to choose anything.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's because that was that was the closest I ever got of going right. Oh, I'm allowed one now. And I started doing a little bit of internet browsing, and then shortly after that, went, no, you're not. Oh, perfect, thank you.
Thanks, that's great.
Yep. So that was that all done. Yeah. So no, I never even got to the point of going to a showroom.
No, that is disappointing, isn't it? Yes, you've missed all the fun there. Yes.
Yes, but there we go.
Yes.
Yeah, no, he's done all right.
Yeah, I think he has. I think that'll be a trusty steed, and it'll take the pressure off the Puma. Because that's not a car we want to be pounding up and down country lanes every day, really.
No, and we've already seen the gritters out. So
yes, indeed.
Which is brilliant, because at no point have we reached freezing temperatures. So they're doing their usual thing of pissing away all of the grit before the actual.
Oh yeah,
frost
we don't actually need it yet.
Not a brain cell in sight at our council.
No,
I mean, I don't think it's only our council. I think it's a nationwide issue of going, oh, got to grit that. There's anything could happen on these not icy roads.
Not icy or treacherous in any way roads. Yes.
Knobheads.
Total idiots.
Yes.
However,
yes,
we don't want the Puma immersed in salt, so yes.
No.
That the Volvo will do him fine there. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, it'd be tip top. So yeah,
I think so.
Good
man.
So good. Right then, off the back of that as well, then you've been browsing as well.
I've had a little look about. Yeah. Yes. I might have spotted a Mondeo that I thought looked reasonable. Yeah.
Well, certainly reasonable considering funds.
It's a very nice price, isn't it?
Yes.
And it's a top of the range. It's a Titanium X, which was the highest trim level in the third generation Mondeo. I think the only thing higher than that in the range was the ST220, but the ST220 was no more luxurious from a trim point of view. The ST220, I think, was a Titanium X, but with different wheels and the big engine.
Yes, indeed, that sounds right.
In terms of seats and equipment and all that kind of stuff, it has all the same stuff as the Titanium X. So if you're not going for an ST220, and let's be honest, we don't want a sub £1,000 ST220.
No, that'll be on its arse.
That will be horrible. Yes. But I spotted this one. Yeah, Titanium X 2.2 litre turbo diesel. It's not in the best cosmetic condition.
No, but that's, to be honest, that makes life a bit easier, doesn't it?
Well, there's nothing horrible about it. It's got a little mark on the driver's door, and the alloy wheels are in a dreadful state. But other than that, it seems okay. It's had quite a bit of work done lately, if the advert is to be believed. The MOT history is quite good. It never seems to have had any big issues. 94,000 miles.
Not a lot, really.
Is not a lot for a 2006. And the guy's looking for £850.
Well,
and it's a manual, not an auto.
Yeah,
which is another nice little bonus. It looks quite. I mean, the interior looks very tidy. There's just.
It does. It looks like a nice place to sit, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. There's a dent on the driver's door, and the wheels are dreadful. But other than that, I mean, it's not my colour, if I'm honest. The pale metallic blue, but yeah, it's got the half leather, half Alcantara interior, which is quite nice.
Yeah, it's quite nice. I like that.
And funny, being the Titanium X, you get heated and cool seats. As we were just saying. But yeah, new battery, new alternator, new EGR valve, new actuator switch, new discs and pads on the rear. So it's had quite a bit done of late.
Yeah. Someone's putting some effort in.
And I noticed something on the interior which shows that it's a car that someone's been enthusiastic about. It's got Ford branded seatbelt covers.
Oh, I saw those.
Yeah, but I don't like them, but
hideous.
It tells you that's somebody who's enthusiastic about their car.
Yeah.
Doesn't it? Really?
It does. I mean, within seconds of purchase, they'd be in the bin.
They are out. Yes, yeah. I agree entirely. But I thought, yeah, for the money, that's quite a lot of car. I mean, it's a shame it's not the estate; it's the hatch.
But it's still a very usable opening at the back there. So
very, very practical car. Yeah, absolutely.
Made any inquiries?
No, I haven't, because I haven't had time. But yeah, I mean, I thought that could
do many things.
That could be a stuff and waffle vehicle, certainly.
Yeah, it's a bit. Yeah, I like those.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, it's a good.
It struck me, as I say, because it was it's a top of the range model. And you don't often see the Titanium X.
I know what you mean. I recognise the trim level, and but, yeah, like you say, it's probably not as commonplace as. Well, I doubt as many of those would have been bought when they were new, would they?
I wouldn't have thought so.
I mean, the extra few quid there.
The majority of them out there are Z-Techs, but the Titanium X, you get quite a lot of kit on those.
Oh yes.
So it would be. It's funny with one of those. I kind of think you either want that one, the Titanium X, absolute top of the range, or you want a real Boggo one that's got nothing on it.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Yeah, it would be quite funny, but yeah, those alloys would need some work because they're horrible. But
a little scabby, but
they are original to the car, but they are in dreadful, dreadful shape.
Yeah, it'd need a bit of titivation, so that's right.
In there, but
it'd be all right. It might be worth a little message. See where he's
on
at.
The driver's door. But yes, yes, I might well do that.
Keep me posted on that one. I like that.
Yes,
and it's not too far away either, really.
Well, that was the other thing that it's our neck of the woods, sort of.
Yeah, it's really not. It's not too much effort to pop down to where that is.
No, we could go and get that without too much fuss, couldn't we?
Oh yes, no, I like that.
Yes, I thought you might quite like that one, but yes, as you say, I will report back.
Yes, keep me posted on that one. Very good.
Yes.
Something that I was intending to mention last week, but completely forgot about.
Yeah.
Now not having to. Some days I now travel to work.
You do.
And it's quite interesting now because there's a work car park.
Yes, there is.
And I've obviously had a little scout about.
Indeed.
Oh yeah.
Made yourself familiar.
Yes. What I do like immediately is the fact that there are people nursing some. Well, because I rocked up in the Mini.
Yes.
People are nursing cars of a similar age or older.
Oh yeah. Well, I've said this before. There are more older cars on the road now than I've seen for a long time. I think there's a lot of people have done away with expensive financed cars and have gone back to something older.
Yeah, and
I think there's a lot of that going on.
Yeah, there was one that I noted, a scruffy but thoroughly intact and fully functioning what would it have been? I can't remember the code number, but it was mid-90s Civic.
Oh.
I want to say EK9, but that might be the code specific to the Type R.
I don't know.
Yeah, so I don't want to get myself too wrong there, but that was a nice addition. And a Mini in identical spec, but 1 year younger.
Oh, that's nice.
That was weird, but with a thoroughly stoved-in door, a bit in a similar vein to the Mondeo we were looking at, but much more dented.
Worse than that. Right.
Same sort of place, but properly in there.
Right. Okay. That's a shame. That's a shame.
There's a bit of a letdown.
There's a Mini for sale up here at the moment, a 2006 facelift one, £1,000. It's a red Mini 1. Looks really tidy, actually. Saw it on FaceAche. It's it does. I mean, it's only the Mini 1, which was entry level, but it it looks really tidy. It's the same model as the one I had, so even though it's a 2006, it's a big facelift. It was the minor facelift, the second revision of it, if you like.
Oh, I want to get nerdy. I want to say R53. Because then I think it went R56.
The next one was R56, so you could well be right. Yes.
Yeah, I'm sure that was it.
Yeah, it's the same body kit and everything that I had on mine, even though mine was an 04. This one's an 06. But 06 was the changeover year, so it must have been a really early 06.
Yeah, that makes sense.
But yeah, red with a red roof, black interior. It looked really tidy.
It's a bit of you, that, isn't it?
Yeah, I've thought about a Mini, but we've got a small nippy car already.
Yeah, this is true.
Yeah, I kind of don't want, and I've had a Mini. I don't know. As I said before, I don't want the same thing twice. So
it's interesting, because I wouldn't be without it at the moment.
No, I mean they are brilliant.
Because at the moment I've just been alternating, really.
Yeah.
Because obviously going somewhere now, it means I'm actually using the cars,
which is good for the cars.
Yeah, technically I only need one of them, but I try and use both of them.
Were you alternating between the Mini and the Volvo?
Yeah. But I mean, all fun has been taken out of the commute because up until the past couple of days, the weather has been atrocious.
It has, I'm afraid, yes.
Yes, and it doesn't make that drive. There's one stretch of the road that's quite fun, where we encountered those runners that we spoke
about. Along there, yes. Indeed, the aforementioned runners, yes.
But it's also very prone to flooding.
It is there, isn't it? Yes, it's very low. Yes.
So they're all fun removed because some of the road was quite waterlogged.
You got to watch for standing water along there. That can be quite dicey. Yeah.
Yes. It's very easy to make the poo shoot out.
Yes.
Other things of note at work car park are what I believe to be a couple of pool cars.
They do have some, I believe, yes.
Ones that I don't know if there's any excuse for me to ever use them, but I really am hoping to find one because there's a couple of Ioniq 5s.
Oh, interesting. Okay. Yeah. Yes, that would be interesting. I've never driven an Ioniq 5 either.
No, I've never even parked my butt in one. I've had a peek through the window at the one that the ones at work. I'm like,
Well, they've got some ID3s as well, haven't they? Phil's given us a report on those, and he said they were a bit cack, which kind of fits with what everyone's saying about the ID3 is a bit cack.
That seems to be the general consensus.
Yes. The worst built Volkswagen to date, I believe.
Yes, it's not very German, is it?
No.
No, bit of a letdown there. I think there are some of those in the car park. I think I probably dismissed them out of hand. Yes,
just ignore those. Yes.
As soon as I saw that there were two of those parked, the Ioniq 5s parked, there were, that's a bit of me.
You could, perhaps you can just borrow one for a lunchtime and go for a whiz.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm not sure how it works.
We'll find out.
Well, I can try. I can
Come on.
ask whether they ask for an actual reason why you want the car. Well, to go to Tesco.
Yeah, because I want to.
Yeah, because I want to might be a bit of an issue, I reckon.
Do you think that won't work?
Yes, I don't think that fully qualifies as requiring it for company business.
No, well, it's not like you're going to use a load of fuel, is it? I mean,
no, this is true. No,
plug it in when you get back, it'll be fine.
Yeah, they do have some places to plug things in. So.
Yeah, well, there you go.
Yeah,
well, if you do get an opportunity, that will be most interesting. On that subject, have you driven the Model Y yet?
No, delivery has not taken place yet.
That's fair enough. I saw one today down in the town.
Oh dear, did you retain your lunch?
Yeah, I was fine. Yeah. Yeah, all good. It was parked next to a Saab 9.5.
Oh.
Yes. So it kind of offset. It was quite nice.
Yeah, it kind of shielded you a little bit from the vileness of the look of the
no, I wouldn't say vile.
The proportions are all wrong. All wrong.
Yeah, there is a new version of the Model 3 coming.
You said, as you say that, there's a new version of that coming. That's great. Have they figured out that it should probably have a hatchback?
No.
Oh, do you know? And the only reason I say this is because I have been quite domesticated in recent weeks and have been doing the weekly food shop.
You have.
And one of the sites that I really, really treasured, someone, I don't, clearly money to burn, went into Tesco and fell for the ridiculously reduced price and went, yeah, I'll buy a hot tub.
Oh, you're kidding.
So not only have you just frittered away money on this, are you going to go home and set that up in the depths of winter and warm that bad boy up?
Oh, dear.
But what was even better, I mean, it's quite a big box, as you can imagine. It does have a hot tub in it. Even the inflatable one, there's a big one.
It is, yeah.
I watched them arrive with it sort of wedged, I won't say in a trolley, but on a trolley.
Yes.
And then they arrived at the boot of their Model 3 and went, oh.
What had they forgotten? That it wasn't
I don't know. They just got there and opened the boot and stared at the opening and stared at the box and realised they'd made a hideous mistake.
I could have sworn this was a Model X.
It gave me a chuckle, that did.
Oh, dear. Yeah, but how can you forget
I don't know,
load capacity your car has when you're inside buying things?
Yeah, but you know what some people are like about their cars? They go, well, I've got a car, it's got room in it. And then they get there and go, oh, yeah.
Oh, that's
the laws of physics and all that.
That's not going to fit, is it? On the roof.
I had to laugh.
You sat there in your Volvo. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Very good.
Could fill it with hot tubs.
Yeah, could.
Yeah.
No, the new Model 3 is still not a hatchback. No, it's still a saloon. It's only a sort of minor facelift. There's no big changes.
It is an oversight. I mean, we've said it before. Why isn't it a hatchback?
Because saloons sell better in the United States. Yeah.
We know what happens if we use them as a barometer.
No, I'm just saying that's the reason. Because if you want a hatch, you have an SUV.
It's a wonderful country, isn't it?
Yeah, cracking.
Hello to the American listeners, of which there are actually plenty.
There are quite a lot.
Well, there were plenty.
Yes, goodbye. Thank you.
We've insulted every market that they buy cars from there.
No, not at all.
It just did one hit there. Pickup trucks, SUVs, and saloons. Any more that we want to slag off while we're there?
We could have a go at convertibles if you like.
Well, we're just envious that we don't have the weather for them.
Yeah, well, yeah, that's true. I haven't really got the hair for it, but yeah.
No, actually, as well, when I borrowed one, and I can't remember which child of mine it was that was sat in the passenger seat, and the wind was flapping my hair about, and that was a source of great amusement.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, so
doesn't Daddy look silly?
Yes, that's it. With his, what I think she termed hair hat flapping in the wind.
Oh, there you go.
It's like, I don't have a comb over yet, thank you.
Not yet, but one day.
No, it's on its way. Don't you? I'm not sitting here under any illusions. Don't you worry.
Yeah, it's going to happen.
Yeah. Receding. Yes.
It is odd that the Model 3 isn't a hatch, and there was some talk of them doing a hatch version of it, but then they did the Model Y instead, and said, well, there's your hatchback. I mean, to be fair, everything else in their range is a hatchback. Yeah, no sign of Model 3 becoming a hatchback, no.
Outrageous.
Yes.
But yes, I will obviously keep everyone posted. I've got a feeling it's not going to be until early next year.
No, deliveries they're still quite behind with Model Y deliveries. Yes, it has sold rather well.
Yes, and don't worry, I am ready to go round there with my waggy finger of judgment.
Now, just as long as you're clear what you're judging.
Yeah, we've been through this. I am judging I'm not judging the tech. I'm very interested in the tech in it because it's the latest version of it all. What I am judging is the packaging of that. Why do you need this?
Yes,
which is going to be great when I go round there. I've been invited to go and see the new car and have a go in the new car, and then chastise them for buying it.
You're going to set about them for buying the wrong car. Yes, that's going to be that it really gets your gratitude across there, I think.
Yeah. That's it. Yeah, well, I would say they know what they got themselves into, but it is actually one of Kaylee's friends, and I'm normally on quite good behaviour.
I think you should be on good behaviour at least until you have driven it. Otherwise, you're going to miss all the fun, aren't you?
What about once I've just got behind the wheel and we're in motion?
I think you need to play that by ear. I don't know the people.
Okay, I don't know. It's going to be an interesting one because they're technophobes that aren't car people.
Yeah, that could be a problem.
Yeah.
They've bought the most techie of techie cars in the whole history of techiness. And it's very fast.
Yeah. And I'm going to come. I will come at it objectively. Going, well, all right. I have got quite the tech background, and I like cars, so I am coming into this and judging enormously.
And you have driven a Tesla before?
Yes,
a better one. But
yeah, I will say that immediately. But I'm still looking forward to it.
It's gonna be very interesting. Yeah,
but I mean, I still 100% do not want one.
No, I probably wouldn't have well, to be honest, at this point, I would buy a used Model S because that represents much better value for money.
Yeah, that's where the good money's at. If you want yourself a Tesla badge and an half decent car, I think, all right. Well, firsthand, perhaps the odd bit of fit and finish is a bit iffy, but on the whole, fine.
Yeah, they're not as bad as.
It's not a Lada, for Christ's sake.
No. Although that actually would probably be harder to get. They're getting very scarce.
Yeah. Well, they would have blown away in the wind.
I don't know about that. They're pretty solid.
Well, it's rusty and solid all at once, really, isn't it?
It's weird, isn't it? Yes, it's big, thick Soviet steel, but it's still got holes in it. Yes.
Well, it defies science, really.
Funny old thing, the Lada. Yeah. You'd have to have an estate, of course, a Riva estate.
I don't think I've ever been in a Lada.
I have. Used to get driven to school in one for a while.
What? Not your parents.
No, it was a taxi.
What? A taxi?
Yes, there was a taxi.
Oh, it's decadent in the matron household. We have a taxi to school.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And there was a local firm that was running a Lada Reaver as a taxi.
Fantastic. I mean,
yes.
Was it awful?
Was it what?
Awful.
It wasn't as awful as the car that replaced it.
Go on then.
Which was an FSO Polonaise.
I was gonna guess FSO Polonaise.
Yes.
Yeah. If you're going to do it, you might as well go with another. What's the word I'm looking for? Eastern Bloc car.
It was a weird selection of cars that particular firm went through, but it wasn't just me in this taxi. There was a whole group of us. We all chipped in, just to make it slightly less poncy.
Chauffeur to school, please.
It was a strange. I'm going to ignore that. It was a strange mix of cars, because the first car they had was a very late model Cortina, 2.8 gear in chocolate brown.
When you say late model, are you meaning like late Mark as well? Like
Mark
5?
Really, Mark 5, one of the last ones. Yeah.
Oh, dirty.
Yeah. 2.8 gear in brown.
Nice.
Oh, alloys, everything. Yeah, that was really, really nice car.
It's like my granddad
sink into the velour. Yes,
his wasn't brown. He's the same spec because he was company director.
We got to have a 2.8 gear then.
Yeah, but his was green, and that's where my love affection with cars began.
Yeah, that was really nice. But that was replaced with a Mercedes C-Class. Of the same era.
Hang on. Was it not 190s then?
Yeah, it was. But obviously this wasn't the Cosworth.
No,
but yes, it was. It was because it wasn't 190.
Yeah, they weren't quite C's at that point. That was after that, wasn't it?
Yeah, that came later.
Yeah.
So we had, but that didn't hang around long.
190s were the best taxis in the whole of Germany.
Yeah, they
Germany
were.
ran on that.
Yeah, Berlin was full of them.
Yeah.
But they didn't have that for long. Then that was replaced with the Lada. So maybe business
times got tight there, didn't they?
The recession bit at that point.
Bloody hell, did it?
We had the Lada, then we had the FSO Polonaise.
His wife must have left him and cleared him out.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
That had a tendency. The doors on that had a tendency to come undone.
So you had to hang on, did you?
Yeah, on occasion. Yeah. It had the flappy doors.
Flappy doors. They didn't style it out with some. Well, they weren't Russian, were they? They were Polish.
Polish, yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Automatic doors,
automatic ventilation. Yes, all of that.
Yeah.
Then after that came a Mark III Escort. It's quite a collection.
It's not really that's a minor step up from a Polonaise, isn't it?
Isn't everything a step up from a Polonaise?
Yeah, but you got to think maybe that Mark III Escort, that would have not been brand new, would it?
No, it wasn't brand new. It was a 1.6. I think it was a GL, and it was in beige.
Of course.
Of course. Yeah, absolutely. So we had that. I think that was the last. Car that I knew of. But yeah, quite a collection they got through. I don't think we'd be talking about that tonight.
That's Oh, you've been in some interesting vehicles there. That's
The
Ladas.
Cortina was the best of that collection, though.
Oh, by a country mile.
Yes.
Because to end up going, it's all gone a bit right. We got the glorious Cortina, nice Merc.
Yeah.
Lada Riva. FSO Poland. Wow.
Yeah.
I just.
Yeah. I don't know what was going on there.
No, I don't know. I mean, the biggest revelation is the fact that you had a driver for school.
Yes. Yeah. He did. Yeah.
Was he called Parker?
Brian, I think.
Oh, it doesn't have the elegance, does it?
No, it's not the same at all.
What,
No.
Brian? Yeah. It's not.
It's tough to make that work. Yeah.
Did at any point did he ever get referred to as Parker?
Not that I remember, no.
Oh, very disappointing.
Yeah, it was a missed opportunity.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, so I am bitterly disappointed in you because I know full well you would have watched Thunderbirds. You'd have been fully briefed.
Yeah, but you're young and foolish, aren't you?
Well, you might be.
Not anymore. I can't claim that.
No. Oh, if only we could.
Back then, maybe. But
God, back then. There's the phrase.
Yeah.
I can't even get through the night without going for a piss anymore.
No. It's bad, isn't it?
It is.
Yeah, it's bad. We're going to have to start buying beige cars. That's the only way forwards with that, I think.
Can't buy beige cars anymore.
Yeah, well, you can if you hunt about. There's a V70 on Auto Trader that's beige. Yeah, and it's had an LPG conversion.
That's nothing to shout about anymore because you can't seem to get it anywhere now.
No, they're giving up on that.
Yeah. So don't get too excited. Okay, here you go then. Right,
I haven't bought it.
No. Here you go. I'll finish off on this then. We've gone from Soviet era cars to beige cars. We're old. We can't retain anything in our bladder for more than 5 seconds.
No.
Beige cars again. I saw someone on Twitter who'd gone to collect in this country, gone to collect their brand new 911 GT3 Touring.
Oh.
Spec'd just so. They'd spec'd it, and I kid you not. And they'd spec'd it in macadamia,
right,
which is dark metallic brown, essentially.
Yes,
but also they'd done it so that the seat fabric, obviously not the bolsters, but the seat fabric in the centers was old school Pasha.
Oh my word!
Proper retro looking thing.
Wow.
Yeah. They got full sort of late 70s spec on the color and interior on arguably the best iteration of 911 in the current range.
Are Porsche diehards going to have a problem with
that? Judging by the reaction on Twitter, the only problem they're having is keeping it in their trousers.
Oh, okay.
A lot of excitement on that.
They quite like that, then.
Yeah. Part of me thought that Johnny Smith's going to be all up in that because he's got a thing about a 911 in macadamia.
We'll have to see if it comes up on.
I'd be very interested because
Sniff
whenever I see stuff now on Twitter, I don't bother tagging them because whenever you listen to their episodes, they get pissed off with people tagging them in things.
Yeah, they were saying last week, I think, weren't they? If one more person tells us about the Queen's X-Type, we know.
Oh, shit.
Oh, yes. And whilst we bring that up, I'd almost forgotten about that. We had a bet.
Oh, we did, and I fucking lost that, didn't I?
£39,200. Thank you very much.
You'll be requiring a bottle of not cheap shite red wine, weren't you?
Decent, I believe, was the word we
used. Yes, that's
decent
fine.
bottle of wine, yes, because I said 49,000 and I was closer.
You were. I said something quite specific in the 50s, as I recall.
57.5, I believe.
That sounds right, yes. So,
and we said whoever was closer would get a bottle of wine.
Yeah, that's fine. I will stick to my guns on that. It was
my idea. I am surprised it didn't go for more than that, to be honest.
Yeah, I am
That's about what it would have cost brand new.
Yeah, it's proper spec. So yeah, that is kind of
top spec. Yeah,
that's verging on the old list price there, isn't it? But yeah, okay.
If you have a search on Auto Trader at the moment, there is an identical spec X-Type for sale, 3-litre Sovereign in a dark metallic red. Very nice. But apart from that, it's identical spec, 3-litre Sovereign, automatic, all-wheel drive, everything. Which also apparently has a royal household on the logbook.
Interesting.
And the dealer is really keen on it. He's in every photograph of the car. There's a cardboard cutout of the Queen. She's looking in the engine. She's sat in the driver's seat. She's looking in the boot. It's up for 6,995. So he's not trying to make Queen. I mean, it wasn't the Queen's, clearly, but it has been registered at some point to a royal household.
For goodness sake, what?
Yeah, he's really trying hard with that.
For fuck's sake.
Have you been and found it?
Just what is he doing?
You have.
Yeah. I mean, it didn't take much.
No, there aren't many of that spec around. It's great, isn't it?
What is the point? I got nothing, I'm afraid, on that one. Just other than utter disbelief.
He's trying hard with that.
Oh, for
he
goodness
really is.
All right. Okay. Well, let's leave it on that ridiculous note, right? So, all right then. I shall stick to my guns. So, by the time of recording next week, I'll tell you what. I bet for next week's recording, you'll be guzzling the wine that I've bought you.
Oh, that'd be nice.
With an air of smugness.
Oh, I'm good at that.
Yeah. Okay. So join us next week for some seriously smug quaffing.
Yeah.
Well, I think that's probably enough of that for this week. Check us out on all the various social medias and things. Thank you very much for listening.